Today we're doing a one lens street photography challenge. This week we're in Limassol on the coast of Amathos. Now this is the second video in the series, and this week I'm actually using the Sigma 16 F1.4. Now my goal today is actually to get 10 Instagram worthy photos, and I have about an hour or less than before the sun goes down. So let me get warmed up with a couple of shots, and then I'll explain how this series works for those whose first time is here. So the first few warm-up shots aren't particularly anything special here. There's not really a focus or anything. I'm still trying to get used to the width and trying to find something that I'm actually gonna enjoy sharing with you guys. But I have paired the Sigma 16 F1.4 with the Polar Pro 135 Gold Mist filter. I thought it would be fitting for today's video, especially as we're shooting at sunset. Adds a little bit of warmth and some bloom in the highlights. Now the Sigma 16 F1.4 was actually one of the first lenses that I bought after my kit lens, and the reason for that is that it's a great talking head lens. Whether you've seen some of the studio shots from this channel or my main channel, this is the lens that I'm using. So it's a great video lens, and it's also a good photography lens, and I think we've probably found our first photo. So I found this cat literally chilling at the beach, and I thought, you know what? I know this is a wide lens and I can't take from afar, and I have to get up close, but I ended up posing. I had to be quick because this cat was quick, but I think this is the one I like. I really enjoy the colors of this cat. It was a good posture with the sea in the background, clear subject focus. So definitely want to add this to my list. Now there was a couple of other shots that I took from a different angle, but sadly I don't think it would have made my top 10. And then I found another cat nearby, but again I just don't, it's so close to add this, but we've only just started and I don't want to have a row of cat photos, but this one was gorgeous too. Now this is actually a popular walk for people at sunset after work. People will just walk along the Amathos coast, along the beaches, and it's a nice vibe. The gardens are really nice by the 5-star hotels. You get to see what's going on. You get to see the sun go down when it's a little bit cooler. However, because it is peak summer and we're by the water, it gets humid really quickly. So for those of you who are new, for each video in this series, I'll pick a different lens, starting from the widest, working my way up to a telephoto lens, and at the same time I'll be visiting a different location here in Cyprus. So if there's anywhere you want to see in Cyprus, just let me know in the comments down below. Throughout the video I'll talk about my process and why I've taken that photo and whether I like it or not, and then I'll share my favorites at the end. So let me know in the comments whether your favorite matches my favorite. And so you don't miss out, hit the subscribe button, and now let's find our next shot because the sun is setting fast. Now I am struggling quite a bit. Even though I've taken a few photos, I don't think these are worthy yet of a top 10. So I am having a difficult time at the moment. Like, I love this lens, but I don't think I would, yeah, I'm just struggling right now. And there's one person there. Come a bit closer, and hopefully I don't fall in the water or I drop anything. Now I've walked a fair bit along the coast, and even though I've taken a few photos, I don't think these are worthy yet to add to my top 10. So I am struggling quite a bit here. So I will show you the difference between the JPEG and the creative style and me editing them. I think the edit has helped them out a little bit, but nothing for a top 10 yet. Like 20 minutes before the sun goes down. I don't think I even have half the photos yet that I want. Here is the cat hotel. It's probably one of the best things. If I was to reincarnate, I'd be a cat so I can live next to the 5-star hotels and be fed and got accommodation. Look, oh, here goes another one. Hello, mate. Okay, I think we found a second photo, and it's another cat photo. I mean, this one came close, the one on the bench, but opposite the one in the grass, oh my god, the pose that it has and the look on its face, the colors. If you look at the colors, the way the cat is, and then in the background you have the wood and the bark from the trees, the the two colors, this looks amazing, this shot. And if you zoom in, like, absolutely gorgeous face. I definitely keen on adding this one in. So that is photo number 2. Are you adopting?
I'm adopting. I'm so happy.
Look at the little
He
one.
jumped up into my lap. I love him.
It's a boy, right?
He's a boy. Yeah.
Now, the gardens by the Four Seasons and Amathos Hotel are really nice. However, I did find this group of cats interesting, or pretty much hilarious, making most of a 5-star hotel. And I think I'm going to have to add this, another cat photo, in my top 10 as number 3. Surprise, surprise. Now, even though some of these other shots look great, I think this one of the cat being so close to the lens, you can see how shallow the depth of field is at f1.4. The symmetry, the colors. I know it's not the cleanest of photos, but I'm really vibing with this photo. So this one is going to make my number 3 spot. I think I'm going to end up with so many cat photos. It's been really hard. We have approximately, it says 58, so basically 8 o'clock, and we're going to have 25 minutes until sunset. There is cats everywhere here. I'm going to end up with more cat photos than anything else. It's actually very hard trying to find 10 photos. I don't even know if I'm going to say I've got 4 maybe that I like. Otherwise, it's going to be hard to try and get another 6 to complete a set, or at least have a set to be able to post on Instagram. And even to be able to achieve my goal in this video. That looks awesome. If I had a telephoto, it would be much better. But the whole point is to just stick to one lens and force yourself, because if that's all you got, this is what I'm using. Okay, the sun is going down fast right now, so I really have to be quick. And I think I'm gonna have to add this classic postcard shot of the beach here. I think this one is the best out of all of them that I've taken. The other ones are okay, but I think this one, if I was to pick one, this is the one I would pick. This is the nicest one. You can really see how at sunset, how much calmer and softer the colors are. Even they're more pastel color based as well. So I really enjoyed this. I know this is part of the edit too. And this is the Mediterranean V2 preset that I have. So just slightly muted in colors, but very similar as the version 1. So that is 4 photos down, and I'm trying to find 10 photos, and I'm struggling at the moment. However, I might have to add this one because of its simplicity. It's just the group just enjoying the sunset with their dog, nice and clean, symmetry with them in the middle, nothing else around, nice and clean photo. I think this one will probably be my number 5. I think it's number 5. Are we number 5? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So yeah, we are halfway there, and then sun is going down fast, so we really need to find another 5 photos. See, people are still swimming. People are still swimming. I'm actually sweating. It's that hot. It's really hot. It is probably 30-ish something, and the sun's gone down. Now, even though we've lost light here and we're not going to have much light to play with, we've forced ourselves into the situation. What I might do is, once the sun's gone down and we hit blue hour, because I have the tripod with me, I might do some long exposures and we get some light trails, but we have to wait until it gets a little bit darker. I do have my ND, so it could be like that nice moment, but we have to wait. We're going to carry on walking down here. Now, there was a long stretch of coast walking between Amathos until we exit. So I was struggling quite a bit with the Sigma 16. There wasn't particularly anything that caught my eye. Man, this is tough. Like, we've taken 70 photos. A lot of them are probably very similar. Just which ones do I pick? I think it's mostly going to be the cat photos. Very difficult. And then all of a sudden, there was this guy sitting at the beach all alone, no one else around him, and I felt this photo was a lot cleaner. I will lean more towards this because of its simplicity. And you know what? I just understand his vibe. He just wants to be alone in peace. And if we take a zoom in as well, you can see he's got his chair. Looks like a younger chap. Backpack, coffee, just enjoying the sunset at the beach. I mean, this is something that I would like to do, just be left alone, just enjoying my time to myself. So I think I'm going to add this to my number 6 spot. I generally think I'm clutching at straws here, where I might not be able to make it because the sun is going to go down soon. But a little bit further up the coast, after a few more nothing shots, I did find a group of hooded crows like scatter from the tree. So I thought, oh, this was a moment. I was really quick to get it. I can't decide between these two which one I prefer. Probably this one, probably because there's less of tree and more of the birds like with their wings flapping. But these hooded crows are super annoying during spring. I think between the months of May up until beginning of July, if you try to fly your drone during those months, forget about it. Like, these guys will be so annoying during the shot. Now that we're almost in end of July, they're not as aggressive towards drones. I think maybe, well, sunsets in 7 minutes. If we hit this road here, and then I can walk back on the main road. I don't know if I'm going to add this one yet, but it was so close. So the lady walking her small little puppy was fantastic. I really enjoyed this because the puppy was really cute, just playing along the beach and that cute little bark that it makes. I'm just not sure if I want to add this to my list. I am struggling, and I will probably have to decide this when I get home later. But I did want to show you because I did like it. It was just, again, very similar to the guy sitting alone on the beach, but this time it's just a lady walking her cute puppy. Sun's down, so that's it, no more sun. But the lights are starting to come up, so we're basically in blue hour now. So I'm trying to think what to capture, because I don't think I had a very good time on the coast, because a lot of the images would look similar. The lens was very wide, so it's very challenging to find something and a subject can focus because there's just so much distance. Might do some car panning. Like, I've been that way before doing car panning, but there's traffic lights here. And that's, I don't know which side to be on, whether it's this side or that side of the road. Or we can get the tripod out and do some slow or long exposures. I think we're going to get lucky, but we're also going to get a slow start. I don't know if I got that. Maybe. Now, there wasn't much that I would say, even though I caught some panning shots, I don't think there was anything that stood out until there's a BMW here. Can I get the BMW? There's a lot of BMWs. That was the same one from before, I think. I think the biker looks cool. Look at that. Yes, man, he gave me a thumbs up as well. That's the one. That's definitely it. Yes, man, that was quality. But I think this one might be my favorite photo from today, and I'm definitely adding this one to the top 10. So that is number 8 to the list, added for sure. So after getting bored doing some panning shots, I decided to walk across the road and wanted to just change it up a bit, find a different backdrop. And I ended up doing some more panning again because I found this building here. And the Mini was a good start, but just a few moments later, we have a Rolls Royce just coming along here. Nice panning shot again. I'm going to have to add this because it's a Rolls Royce as well, and it came out great. So this is number 9. So we're doing well here. I thought I wasn't going to make it today, trying to find 10 worthy shots, but I'm definitely going to add this one in. Mini was close, but Rolls Royce is better. Now we're losing light pretty fast right now. So we're getting into blue hour, and I wasn't really finding much luck. And I did see the Esso petrol station. I thought this might make a good focal point for some long exposure, but before we cross the road, I did find this tourist shop. I don't think I will add it to my top 10, but I kind of vibed it with the tourists walking in. I don't know, just if I was to add this and call it now for making it 10, I might have taken something better. Right, we have to be careful now because Cypriot drivers are the worst. And I want to get across this road. And I can cross now. And then I want to cross here. And that's when I did bring the tripod out and I set my camera to do manual mode and put it into long exposure. And I caught two. And I think I'm going to lean more towards this one here where it has more red just to break up the photo. It was cleaner. This was a 10-second long exposure with a 2-second delay on the timer. Came out great. Just had to wait for cars. They come by. You can see the bursts on the street lamps. So I think I'm going to add this to my photos. I think that's 10 already. However, because it's still a little bit early and I probably have another half an hour until 9 o'clock and I want to do a 2-hour session, I think maybe we can get some more photos. Maybe we could drop one out. I'm not sure. Okay, so we have now a residency tower, and this one really stands out. I mean, look at that front facade. It looks fantastic. This is another long exposure, but this time at 15 seconds. I'm really finding it difficult because I really like this shot. The only thing that's putting me off is because I'm still got the Polar Pro filter on. It has these flares coming in, and yeah, I could clean it up easily in Lightroom, which I haven't done yet. I'm just showing you as it is with just the preset added from Mediterranean V2. But I really like this shot. So I'm thinking of adding it and making it number 11 to my list. And I'm gonna struggle to not know which one to remove from the top 10, or do I just keep 11? Right, I have an idea. I'm gonna frame myself and do a long exposure of myself in front of this with some cars. So I'm just gonna stand here. I'm not putting myself in the top 10. I know there's some ghosting because obviously I moved a little bit, but this is what you can do with long exposure. You can have things moving in the background and you try and stay as still as possible, but that's hard to do for 10 seconds. Now it's getting a little bit darker and I don't think there was anything else worthy of adding into the top 10, but they were pretty much close to being in there. So these are the other shots that I'd taken before I ended my day, and the last one being of the tourist shop. So after getting home and editing everything, I actually ended the day with 237 photos, and that obviously includes the burst shots from the panning that I did and also the long exposures as well, but the burst shots is what takes most of it up. And it was actually nice to spend an hour up to sunset and then an hour for blue hour and getting the dark shots. But this is just the capability of the Sigma 16 F1.4. When you go all the way down, wide open at 1.4, set your ISO to auto max 1600, and you can easily handheld this and take some great photos without it being blurry. There were even some instances where I was doing a 1 second or 2 second long exposure handheld. Not easy, they just didn't make my top 10. But after editing, I ended up with like 35. However, I had a top 11. I had to add, I couldn't remove one of those from the top 10. So I kept it as top 11. So I ended up meeting my challenge and getting 10 photos. I was really struggling in the beginning, but I ended up making. However, my favorite photo from this session is probably the biker. That will definitely be my number one. I thought just the way the gesture is, just the timing of it, a panning shot as well. So this one's definitely my number one. The number two will probably be the guy on the beach as my second favorite. I just like the piece that there is there. There's also the scale, the colors, just chilling out at the beach. This will probably be my second favorite. And to round up the top three will probably the cat in the grass. Just the face alone, it's just gorgeous. When you zoom in and you look at that face, absolutely gorgeous cat, really chill. I'm gonna have to add a cat photo as well. So what did you think of the Sigma 16 F1.4 for street photography? Which of today's photos from this video were your favorites? Let me know in the comment section down below. Also, don't forget to subscribe for the next one lens challenge here in Cyprus. And if you ever visit Cyprus and you want to explore the island through photography, check the links in the description box down below. I've also included a free photo spots guide for your inspiration. I'll see you in Cyprus soon.